Today is June 4th, 2010. I thought I'd shoot another video just because the last one on, I believe, May 28th didn't show that much progress, and it's kind of amazing with the heat and the rain that we've had, how much has been going on. We'll start today over by the bush bean bed over here, which is looking really great. Everything's growing really well. You can see down here, this is something new this year, a little better view of it than last time, is broccoli rabe. Hey, wait, let's do some weeding while we're here. There we go. Anyway, some broccoli rabe, which I've never tried before, and we'll see how that works. We'll move over. We saw the onions and the lettuce last time. Well, now the lettuce, I'm going to get my shadow out of this. The lettuce is ready to eat, and I think you can see spinach is doing very well. And now we have the little teeny eggplants. They certainly start out small, and hopefully they'll pick up pretty quick. And then I can again get my shadow out of the way. Back here we've got the pepper plants. This one, I believe this is actually a hot pepper. I don't usually grow those, but I thought I'd give it a shot this year. And then down here the other pepper plants. They look minuscule right now because I only put them out over the past weekend. Move over here to the herb bed. I cut back all that parsley, got it knocked down a little bit, but obviously the catnip and the mint has taken over. And we've got beautiful blooms over here on the chives. So we'll be getting. Oh, and I think I showed this last time too. I tried to get a little bit of contrast. This is the volunteer dill. We have volunteer dill, as you can see, kind of everywhere. It's coming up down here. It's coming up in cracks in the pavers and everywhere else. I think I mentioned before, this is the first year I've done peas for several years, and they are just doing fantastic. We've got, I think I showed last week, we had that one puny little pea pod. Now you can see here, and this is truly what I love about this little camera. You can see pretty clearly. You can see all the peas all over the plant, starting with the ones down here, which I believe are peas that have to be shelled in the very far end. And these right here in the middle are edible pod. So we'll be picking those off this weekend to have a little snack. Again, you can see we're going to be pulling down all this dill and doing some drying over the weekend. Further on, we've got over here, we've got our cucumbers coming up. All of them are doing well. Those two over there got dug up by a squirrel, so I had to replant them, so they've taken a little more time, but they're actually coming along pretty well now too. And down on the other end, you can see the bush beans are doing well, and you can see already we've got the little tendrils from the bush beans are starting to climb up the string all by themselves. And so it won't be long, we'll be having beans showing up on these plants too. I think the last time I described the tomatoes as being spindly, and I think that I may have had them still in some of the cages too. I took all the small cages down and put up just these tall 6-foot stakes. But as you can see, these are the ones that were planted about 2 weeks ago, and they are just doing great now. They've kind of settled in a little bit, and they seem to be doing great. Same thing over here. I think I mentioned this plant on the end. This is a San Marzano plum tomato, which I'm trying for the first time this year, and it just gets bigger every hour almost. I did leave the bigger cages in place because they seem to be big enough, so we'll leave those, but staked everything else. And then I did finally go ahead and get the other tomatoes in, although they are looking, for the most part, they really look kind of horrible. I think the one on the end down here, the two delicious tomato plants look okay, but these two marglobes look terrible. I don't know if they're going to survive, so I certainly hope so. And you can see we don't have any sprouts yet, but all the squashes, these are all winter squash in this bed. Moving over here, we have both just regular yellow crookneck and some patty pan squash. And then I think this was here before, but we have the zucchini in here. So it's kind of fun to see the beds when there's nothing in them, and then the next week or two you'll all of a sudden have all these plants all over the place. Well, one thing that I neglected last week were the raspberry plants, which have done well. And as you can probably see, I'll see if I can get a couple shots of them. First of all, they're just now starting to turn color. We've got, you can see there, they're starting to turn red, and they will be ready here actually pretty shortly. And you can also see the contrast. This cane that you see coming off, this is a brand new cane from this year. They've grown, these things are 4 or 5 feet high or long, and they will be what will produce next year's crop. So as soon as this is all done this year, we've got them all off of here, we will be cutting down the old canes and then tying up the new ones so that they have a chance to grow. There's even one brand new one going back there, which is kind of volunteer. I think Carrie's little corner garden back here may end up getting taken over by raspberries. So in any case, well, that's the garden this week. And don't forget to check out the blog. There's a couple of articles about community gardens there I think you would find interesting. So anyway, talk to you later.